So I felt like last week with the cheeky Easter special, something was missing. Hot cross buns. And we're going to be making those delightful chef's buns. I mean hot cross buns today. We're going to show you how to make the dough with the raisins, the spices, let it proof, knock it back, let it proof again, obviously after shaping, that little cheeky cross, and then in the oven to cook off until golden and delicious. And in addition, we're going to be making some cherry jam as well to go with it. So very delightful. So nice, quick and easy to, well, yeah, kind of quick and easy, but still, hope you guys and gals are going to enjoy it. So we need to make that beautiful hot cross bun mix, and this week I'm not going to use my mixer. Hey, wait a minute, what did I just say? So we're going to need 440 grams of bread flour sieved, or 3½ cups. In addition, we want 50 grams of sugar, or 4 tablespoons. In addition, we want 50 grams of unsalted butter, or 3½ tablespoons, and we're just going to let that melt down on the stove. 2 pinches as well of cheeky salt. In addition, you're going to need 2 golf balls. I'm only joking, they're only 2 eggs. In addition, we want 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. In addition, we're going to have 1 teaspoon of mixed spice, and if you want to find out how to make this, this will be in my description box below. We also want 100 grams of raisins, or 2/3 of a cup, but I'm going for half normal raisins and half golden raisins. And lastly, you want to add that cheeky melted butter as well. So set the mixing bowl aside, and you're going to need yourself 175 ml or 3/4 of a cup of warm water. Now, when I say warm water, I'm talking about 35 Celsius or 95 Fahrenheit. That's the temperature I go for my yeast. If you have it too high, you could potentially kill the yeast, or if you have it too low, it won't proof. So super important you get the right temperature. So you're going to need 2½ teaspoons of dry active yeast, and then just give that a little cheeky mix until it's all dissolved. So once that's all dissolved, we're going to drop that into the mixture, and then start giving it a really good mix with your hands. So once that's pretty much all bound together really nicely, grab yourself a handful of flour, just dust the surface nice and lightly, and obviously keep in the bowl as well because we're going to need it for proofing, and then just give this a nice beautiful knead. Now if yours is a little touch sticky, mine's a little bit touch, so we'll just add a little touch more flour just so we can knead it and it doesn't stick to our hands. And we want to knead this for about 5 minutes until it's super nice and smooth. Now, as you can see, I'm using the heels of my hands to knead it, and then using my fingers to pull it back. So just making sure you use your heels to really kind of pull into the dough, like so. So there's those soft, delicious, hot cross buns. I'm talking about these buns, by the way, guys. So now it's time to let this proof. So we're going to put it back into the bowl. So just a little touch of flour just to stop it from sticking, and then cling film over the top. So we're going to give that an hour somewhere warm until it's doubled in size. So while that's proving, we're going to make that beautiful cherry jam. So we're going to need 680 grams or 24 ounces of frozen cherries. These have been pitted, but we're going to cut them in half. Number one, to help reduce the cooking time, and second of all, just to double check there's no pips in there. So once you chopped up the cherries, you're going to need 200 grams or 1 cup of fine granulated sugar. In addition, we want 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. So we put the cherries onto a medium heat, and we're going to cook this down for about 40 minutes. Keep an eye on it, give it a little cheeky stir now and again, and then that should be good to go. So our cheeky cherry jam is ready to go. So 40 minutes have passed. It's looking very delightful. This will thicken as it cools as well. So we're going to pull this off and set this aside. So while we're waiting for the hot cross buns to proof, we're going to make the cheeky crosses. So we're going to need 150 grams or 1 cup plus 1/8 of a cup of plain flour. Also, we want ½ a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we're going to add small amounts of water until it's into a nice thick paste, giving it a little cheeky whisk. So once you've got that nice thick paste, once it's all incorporated, we're going to pop this into a piping bag. So once the dough is pretty much doubled in size, we're going to knock the little cheeky bad boy back. So once we knocked back the dough, we're just going to cut this into 12 equal size portions. Did I say 12? I meant 10. So with those cheeky hot cross buns, we're just going to give them a nice little swirl around using your thumbs and your palm of your hand to turn them into a nice cheeky dough ball. So do that for the rest of the buns as well. So grab yourself a tray with a silicone mat. I'm going to pop these little cheeky bad boys on here. Now as they're quite round, what you want to do is just give them a little cheeky press down so they're more oval as they go down onto the tray. So there we go, there's those cheeky hot cross buns ready to go. So we're going to let these proof again for about an hour or two until they're doubled in size. If you want to use cling film, a little bit of oil, you can do. I'm just going to use a little bit of a cheeky tray here, and it's going to give them plenty of room. So also, while you're still waiting for those cheeky hot cross buns to proof, we're actually going to make a nice little stock syrup. So we're going to need 150 grams of fine granulated sugar, or 3/4 cup. In addition, we want 75 ml and 1/3 of a cup of water. So pop that bad boy onto a high heat, let that dissolve down until it's into a nice, beautiful stock syrup. So you want to cook this down for roughly about 10 to 15 minutes until the sugar has dissolved. So the sugar's now finally dissolved. We're going to let that cool down and set that aside. So those cheeky buns are pretty much doubled in size now, and they're looking absolutely fabulous. So there we go. They've pretty much doubled in size. They're ready to go. Fantastic. Last thing we want to do before these go in the oven is put our cheeky crosses over the top. So I've just snipped the end of the piping bag, and we're just going to pipe those beautiful crosses over the top. So there we go. There's those beautiful crosses put on top of the cheeky hot cross buns. So we're going to put these in the oven. They're going to take about 30 minutes, just until golden brown. So there we go. Look at those little cheeky beauties right there. So they're perfectly cooked. We're going to allow these to cool down slightly before we start putting the glaze on them, but goodness me, look at those cheeky hot cross buns. So now it's time to glaze these little cheeky buns, as they've cooled down really nicely now. So let's give them a nice little glaze with that beautiful stock syrup. So there we go. There's those beautiful hot cross buns, glazed, sticky. They smell so good. Give this a try, guys. You won't be disappointed. So just to give you a nice beautiful comparison, those beautiful buns. Oh my goodness me, look at that fluffiness in there. Perfection. Absolutely delightful. So showing you guys and gals these beautiful buns. I'm just going to tear into one just to have a look. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Delightful, delicious, so fluffy. Goodness me. So we're going to toast one of these little cheeky bad boys and serve it with that beautiful cherry jam. Look at that. Beautifully toasted. Then with that beautiful cherry jam. Absolutely delightful. So there it is. That beautiful toasted hot cross bun. Goodness me, look at that. Shiny, sticky, crunchy. Oh my goodness me, amazing. Also that cheeky cherry jam as well. I think it's time for us to try some. So let's pop a little bit in here. Hot cross bun, let's give it a little cheeky try, shall we? Absolutely fantastic. So there we have it, our perfect hot cross buns on our homemade cherry jam. What a delight. Give it a bash, amigos. You won't be disappointed. The list of ingredients will be in the description box below, so feel free to try this out. Also, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And in addition, if you want to check me out on Twitch, Tuesday to Friday, 10 AM Mountain Time, we're cooking live on there with some delightful dishes. That will be in the description box as well. But until next Monday, amigos, stay cheeky.